Hello, good evening, and welcome to the stream. Yes, we are live from Project Rubi-ka. I'm just quickly doing the social medias in the background. Don't worry. You are not missing anything. Book face. And then Discord. There we go. Right, okay. Right, so over on the Twitch, let's go to the live screen. There we are. Yes, we're still here. Show yourself or I'll bring my main. Ghostmaster, welcome to the stream. Yes, more of the same, I'm afraid. We are so close to a full set. It's Monday. Spent 4 hours in traffic today. Not impressed. I mean, normally it's about 3, so it's not like, you know. Roads are just busy. It's summer. Pink goggles, no clue. Welcome to the stream. No, nothing on you. There's 2 other corpses there as well. Okay. Yes, and so beer o'clock once more for me. So today was my physio day. So I went to Whiston Hospital. In Whiston, funnily enough. Which is very close to Liverpool, but not quite. If you looked at it on a map, you would be forgiven for thinking it actually isn't Liverpool, but it's in Rain Hill, where the steam engine was invented. No, I think the very first one was called the Rocket. Actually, it was the first locomotive invented. They had steam engines, they drove the Industrial Revolution with them, but someone had the idea of using one to make a vehicle move. We thought about updating your DG Voodoo to a new version. Yes and also no. I thought about it and then thought, well, the one the team has packaged with the PRK client, they know works with the PRK client. So I'm kind of trying to keep it as uncomplex as possible, if that makes sense. You know, I'm like for throwing at all sorts of and see what sticks, but not this time. Yes, but at the same time, Dej has fixed stuff in it. Oh, maybe then. It could be worth it. Maybe. It doesn't feel like anything to do with it is broken, though, if that makes sense. It feels like it performs its function perfectly well. if I was having issues with DG Voodoo, I would quite possibly consider updating it, but yeah. At the same time, our graphics drivers also get updated. Yes, for the fact the game runs at all on modern hardware is a miracle. The main reason it runs on Nvidia's hardware is the reason their drivers are so massive. They have instructions for a bunch of old games. Unfortunately, Anarchy Online isn't listed in their driver database. Specifically. A lot of other games using a very similar engine archetype. It's not. No, it never has been. I can show you now with... if you've got NVIDIA Profile Inspector, you can go check for yourself as well, actually. Check all the corpses. I did. Okay. So, if I just quickly... This is a modified version of... yeah, so there's my the drivers that I've got, which are 610.88. So you can go there and look up every various DX application that it uses. I'm not even sure this... Yeah, there you go. Simulation, the games some of us probably never ever heard of. But if we search Anarchy, you see Anarchy Online is there, but it's only there because I added it. Yeah. If you haven't done my NVIDIA driver tweak on the like I do in the new engine video, Anarchy Online it is not in there. Show you on a legacy one. So this is the NVIDIA Profile Inspector default one. So we go in there. It only exists there because I added it. See, when I try and click on it, nothing changes. And the reason it's there, if I go remove application from, I actually added Anarchy Online to this control panel. I'm not going to change anything whilst the game is live and I'm playing. But yeah, by default, it's not in there. X10 Scion, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I think I show it in the tweaking the new graphics engine 2020 video, I think. Or fixing the new engine, inverted commas. One of the things I did was add it by association. So I looked up a different profile, which was, Unigine Valley Demo something or other. I forget the exact one. It's in the video. The Unigine Demo, which is a DX9 suite graphics test. You know the guys that they made Valley, Supposition, the other one with the little village on floating rocks. Those graphic tests. Yeah, so I added Anarchy Online to one of those graphics tests as an application. So borrow all the settings for this application and apply them to the Anarchy Online XE. using AOIA ResFix. The only issue I have with ResFix, and I think it's brilliant, Dreams ResFix, the only issue I get is when zoning, I get this weird sharpening effect goes across the screen. And also, what I like with the DG Voodoo panel is you can add aliasing. Yeah, I don't know if it's just peculiar to my system or possibly some other setting I've tweaked and not realised. Zul Rage! Hey Carlos, just got back into AO and now I'm behind you in levels. Makes change. Welcome on back. I think remember we were going for stability. Speaking of, I haven't done the thing. Haven't done the thing. So let's do the thing now. Details. Set affinity. Oof. And we'll go 2 and 3. There you go. I genuinely think it does not like being bounced. Yeah, this is why people go, oh, every Unreal game, you've got to wait for it to compile shaders. Yes, because they've no idea what hardware you've got. So the best way to deal with it is that way. If we were all playing on Xboxes, there's no shader recompile because everything's running on the same hardware. The exact same hardware. Yeah, that's why they do that. Otherwise, it's got to compile as you play. So it's simpler to just compile it up front. And as much as I think Unreal, yes, it's a pretty good looking engine. I don't think it's the end all be all. I got to be honest. It has its issues. I'm curious to see what CDPR do with it. In the how modified the Red engine was by the time they got to the latest version of Cyberpunk. Locks in Darkness. Whoa, I didn't know this game was still around. Yes, it is. The live servers, the official live servers are still running. This, however, is not an official live server. It's essentially a private server that Funcom are aware of and don't really mind it existing because there's no money charged to play. I haven't actually crashed since I came back and I played for hours with no issues. Yeah, usually on the vanilla client I would say the exact same thing. I almost never crash on that engine. I occasionally crash on PRK, but I have to be careful in saying that because I was playing on a much older system up until, let's see, I got CPU, motherboard and RAM in the tail end of kind of my Christmas present for Christmas 2022, and then bought a RTX 4080 in the spring of 2023. Therefore having a pretty much modern high-end gaming system. Up until then, I was on a 2012 Intel chip, 3820, i7 3820, which had a soft lock of 4.3 gigahertz, 32 gigs of DDR3 memory, but in quad channel on an X79 platform board, and kind of had a 680 for years, then a 980, then a 3060, and it never crashed then. But now I'm on a how many cores i7, and yeah, so I think occasionally on modern systems the way the Windows 10, Windows 11 Task Manager works is it sees AO as such a low resource application that it bounces it to cores quite a lot. And I think the client doesn't like that too much. So I don't know. I think it could be a P-core, E-core deal. But even if you're on an AM, mind you, more AMD have more CPUs out there, which are all the cores are basically the same. There's just more of them. Except for the very latest X3D ones with this new cache and all that. Cyphere's, my old system, which still runs AO fine, i5 750 and a GTX 680. That's good going on the graphics card still running. Half the time it plays better than my new system. Yeah, I think newer systems just don't know what to do with it. You know, because they're like, what was this? The latest version of Adobe PDF Reader. Yeah, if you look at system resources, there you go. The client's using 3.7%. I suspect if we go to performance, so GPU utilization 0%. What? Oh, wrong GPU. No, that's the on-die GPU. Yeah, so there you go. And that is rendering to YouTube and to Twitch at the same time. So there you go. Yeah, that was quite funny. GPU 0 is the onboard chip on the CPU. So yeah, it's doing nothing. My GPU is doing nothing. My CPU streaming to 2 platforms with a Chrome window open, Streamlabs open, and OBS open, and the game and a couple of other things in the background. There's my CPU just sort of hanging at like roughly 10% utilization peak. You know, these calls are just not pulling for the team, are they? You know, they're just like, I'm doing nothing. Yeah, so there you go. You know, I fire up a modern title like Dune Awakening, Unreal 5, or Stalker 2, Unreal 5, Death Stranding 2. Yeah, way more cores are involved, you know. AO is a 32-bit application and therefore pretty much runs on one core. It's a single-threaded application, I think. I think that's correct. I'm not 100%. Yeah, I'm half tempted to disable my E-cores, except when you do any video editing, stuff like that, suddenly they come into their own. So all the software applications you're running are all using 8 cores, 16 threads of full-on power, but the desktop, Windows itself, background applications, they're all running on the E cores, which still run at the same speed, with higher instructions per second than my old i7 3820 runs at, which is nuts, you know? Trying to think if I once ran the game on a Voodoo 3. I'm pretty sure I did, but it could have been a Voodoo. I'm sure it was a Voodoo 2. No, it was. I had a Voodoo 3. That was the AGP graphics, wasn't it? I remember playing Half-Life with Mini Glide and Deus Ex, the original Deus Ex on that card, and then getting a GeForce 2 64 megabytes graphics card. I'm trying to think what it ran on, and it's hard. What graphics card were you running 25 years ago today? You know, I know I had a Pentium 3 450 that I thought was awesome because I'd overclocked it to 500 straight away. Yeah, the original Unreal Engine was released with the game Unreal Tournament. Yeah. And of course, the game looks way different on a CRT as well. The game designers, etc., designed it to look good on a CRT, which involves the pixel smear and stuff you get on a CRT. You can use in an artistic way when creating pixel art for graphics and stuff, and make things look more alive and more 3D, whereas they look slightly off unless you squint at them on an LCD type screen. Yeah, 3DFX and the glide system was just great. It was just awesome. I'm going to sacrifice one of these. I'm going to give myself some gash. There we go. So that's bumped my AR up quite a bit. So I got 740 in piercing. And the weapons require 701. What's the MBS on these? 1100. Yeah, they'll do you till nippies. Yes, they will. Wounded, come to me. Yeah, the problem with the roads today wasn't the way the roads are designed, or anything. It was essentially the amount of breakdowns on those roads. People driving their cars, towing a caravan for that one time a year that they tow a caravan for. Breaking down on the road, and the main road out of Wales, North Wales, is called the A55. And it's mostly a 2-lane highway kind of deal, which normally brilliant. You just cruise down it, you know, big hills. It splits into 3 lanes, so you got a crawler lane, that kind of thing. And normally just flying along 70 miles an hour, no problem. Gothleet. Going to Matlock Bath with the trailer tent tomorrow. Don't jinx me. Just keep up with the servicing on your car. All will be well. As always, if you find pattern fragments from predators, I would take them. I leave them. You've got like 30 minutes to loot them. I'm not farming them myself. I'm just after a circlet and another arm, and I'm done. Yeah, the main thing with people and cars breaking down is people just don't keep up on the servicing. So they go out, they head on the road, and suddenly put the vehicle under a lot more stress than normal if they're towing, etc. And then, you know, so instead of, it's been fine for months and months and months, just me driving to work and back. And then it's you driving with 4 people in the car and a load behind you. The oil hasn't been changed in 10,000 miles and, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Excuse me. Yeah, if you got it serviced today, yada yada, go steady, let it slow down on a hill, it's no biggie, you know. Let the car drive within its limitations. Don't push it. You'll get where you're gonna go. You know, it's summertime. Keep your eye on temps. If they're getting high, wind the windows and crank the heater. You know? Goes faster. In my storage, the only PC I have save from a long time ago. As many as one I played AO on. The only thing I remember about it is the Intel Pentium 3 600. Yeah, that was better than what I had. But, you know, they were a formidable PC. Yeah, there you go. For the Silver Fang is the ones I tend to see from these. Damn, now I need to go. Don't hurt yourself. It's not worth it. It's gonna go see what graphics card's in there. I'd be curious to see. I've got so many old graphics cards. I can remember before the 4080 I had a 3060, before that I had a 980, before that I had a 3070 and a 6080, no, I had a 6070 and a 680 working in different SLI, which actually works quite well. Not anymore, SLI's basically dead as far as Nvidia are concerned. And before those two, I think it was a GTX 570. Before that, I'm not too sure what I had. It might have been a GTS 800. It could have been that. Before that one, I think it was a GTX. I think it was a GeForce 4. Before that, GeForce 3. Yeah, so I think it's more or less that. I did have a Radeon card, a Radeon something or other 128. It was actually a pretty good card, but it cooked itself. I ended up posting it to Australia, to Kingster, who'd lost his graphics card. It just died. And I posted it, back when posting something to, Australia was basically cheap. Just put it in a small box, paid for the stamps, and sent it to him in Australia. God knows what that address was. Don't ask, I wouldn't know, and I doubt he lives there anymore. Right. That was at least 23 years ago I did that. Anyway, back very shortly. Anything like my old machine, it'll be the size of a suitcase. Well, they come in different sizes, don't they? Your good health, all. Yeah, I think mine's in the shed on the side of the house, with the door of which the hinges have rusted almost solid, so I'm loath to open it. Because I'll end up having to replace the hinges. Yeah, I had an AMD. I think not long after AO, I swapped out for an Athlon 2 or something it was called. I think that was my first. I think it was like an Athlon X2, and it was like 800 megahertz or something like that. That ran pretty well. Of course, back then, everything was on mechanical drives. So you'd fragment your drive, you know, or defrag it. Yeah, if anybody else needs to do any swaps. Yeah, so the the parts, they're these, aren't they? Black Fang and Black Fang. So, oh, well, that one went. What, you mean collect them and you'll take them? What is Black Fang a boss that drops stuff? I'm gonna run out of space though. Van Chai. I can't remember how you assemble them now. Let's make some space. Don't want to throw away that. Like, some of these are good, but I've got duplicates. 36, 61. Yeah, we can dump that. Some of these have got to be quite old. People whizzing past. MP. Oh, don't come up and fart on them. Oh, wait, is it Smurf? No. Come on, my dude. I'm here. Peer Pressure Peter, welcome to the stream. Waved and I don't know. Looks like a keeper. He is a keeper. With a trader. Why would you want Fred armor on a keeper? Okay. The old Anarchy Online server has been DDoSed 2 days in a row. Really? Are you sure it's not just the exploiters crashing playfields so that they can keep their bases up? When those guys get into a hissy fit with each other, yeah, they use a software called 80 Shop made by Never Knows Best, and you can use it to crash a playfield. Unfortunately, the way they've got meshed server integration for AO means you crash one playfield, you usually end up crashing a couple of others. So for the last 2 days, one exploiter's trying to outdo the other one, and everybody else is along for the ride, and Funcom do absolutely sod all about it. That's the thing. If they did something about it, you know, it wouldn't be so bad. But no. They do nothing. Yes, I've got better than that one. Pop that there. Yeah, and you're paying for them to have their little fucking handbags at 20 paces. Oh, F-U-K, it is stolen. I can't find it in my storage. Are you sure you didn't give it away to someone? You know, I'm not saying you've forgotten doing something 20 years ago, but maybe you forgot to do something. You did give it away to somebody, someone's, a friend, their kids are getting into computers. Hey, you can have this old one of mine. That'll get them started. A friend of yours got all the others. Are you sure he didn't? Yeah. Just maybe. Oh, this one. What about this one? Oh, yeah, just take them all. Because Pred armor is good for all. There's some better use case armor for Keeper, though. I mean, Rhino Man, 2-hand edge, decent ACs and max health. I mean, that's pretty good for everyone, especially if they're 2-hand edge. I mean, yes, Pred armor's got evades and stuff on it, but for shade it's useful. There's one left, now there's 0. Has the... Of all the things that could have been stolen out of that storage, is that the first thing someone's going to go for? You got old TVs and stuff like that? Or small stuff that could be valuable? I'm not saying you're mistaken. I'm suggesting before you call the cops, my dude. I mean, oh yeah, I could be doing the melee energy thing. Yes, I do. I sneeze. With the Soundbuster AWE 64 Gold with the front connectors and all. I had one of them. I think it was called that. It had like proper jack sockets in the front, the ones that fit, hang on. Can't find it. Oh, there you go. Ye old 1/4-inch jack connector for guitars and amps. It had those in the front. Yeah, mine had that. And it connected via a ribbon cable. 6.5mm. Yep. 1/4-inch. A reasonable size for something to be for using live, because it's robust enough and there's enough metal there that you won't break it so easily as a 3.5. The 1/8 of an inch jack tip ring sleeve connector. Yeah, I had one of those, but I gave it away to some electrician for rewiring the switching on our the stairs and landing, so both switches were synced. People still, oh god, yes, for music creation, onboard sound is it's passable unless you're doing actual production. For like audio effects and stuff, yeah, it's fine. With VSTs inside digital audio workstation, it's okay. But they all essentially have the same converter chip in them, and you have to get better stuff to go better than that. My sound card is a box this big that you can plug microphones into. Here is a microphone cable that you plug into PAs, and that ain't on a motherboard, my friend. That's called an XLR cable. And that's the industry standard, proper connectors. You can beat someone to death with that thing, Yeah, so the front end on my unit has tip ring sleeve 1/4" jack inputs that are hybrid with XLR. So quite a clever design. So you can plug an XLR directly in, or you can use tip ring sleeve or mono sleeve tip for guitars and stuff. And then you've got a switch for the impedance between mic and line. So yeah, it has that on it, but it also has things on it like phantom power for condenser microphones. You do not get that on PC hardware. You've got to buy music hardware for that. Does it sound any better? Well, it depends what you're listening through. But it's not about how it sounds. It's about its compatibility with ASIO drivers and stuff like that. So you can control MIDI and you can control latency rates, and it's a whole field of science. But yeah. Plan to get to 110, get the katana, farm some pocket bosses for decent sims, and go crypt of home for some goodies before I level on. Why not? Why is this not firing? Full of zeal. No, nothing on that one. Totemic rights 4. I think the ordering's off on this bar, you know. Come on, get lucky. Give me one of the parts I require. No. Okay. So that requires perk totemic rights 4. Perk symbiosis. Totemic rights. That's totemic rights 4. 3 is no action. 2 is... gives you Devour Vigor. Which one's Devour Vigor? Devour Vigor. So really, that wants to sort of do this. So line up a bit better. Or it should. It should follow that one. Devour Vigor, Ritual of Zeal, Exaltation, Ethereal Touch, and then the stabs. Yeah, that worked. That worked a lot better. Oh, 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 oh! The sleeve! Now we're only requiring the circlet. Dun dun dun! Don't worry, Callus, I'm just killing some normal preds while I wait for the scavenge. Yeah, if I haven't looted anything off the corpse, I don't want it. Help yourself. Alright, so that's 2 sleeves. There we go. They are good. They are really good little sleeves, I have to say. See if this is now... Yeah, it's working. It's firing each time now. So even though everything's matched to the same key via fixed keys matching, which is an integral part of the game, it's not an exploit, it's not automation, it's how the game's meant to work. Yeah, the ordering actually matters. So if you've got an interdependency on those perks, they need to be right next to each other when they're assigned to the same key press. Nada. Yeah, nice, I got 2. Yeah, not kidding. Quite pleased with that result of getting 2. And now we wait for the respawn age. Let's redo that buff. Double cover. I don't need that there. I don't know why it is there. I think it auto applied itself there. That one for a bit more fast attack. Not that I really need that bit more fast attack, but nice to have for the cooldown. So we've got some good swaps now. But I'm not sure if anybody wants the swaps. Someone else selling pred pants? We should have just about long enough to go off and get a beer, I think. Goddess armor going to be nice when they get Dark Ruins in. Is Dark Ruins in yet? I think it is. Statics are in. So that includes the Rubi-ka statics. Is Cryptovome in yet? Kind of thinking yes, but someone asking me. But genuinely, I don't know. I haven't been there. Mary says, yes, yes, it is. Yes, it's a jag. Yes is the, yeah, bricks, yeah. Thanks all. Yeah, so Cryptovome is in. It's in. I thought it was in because they said statics were in. COH, yeah. I tried to be clever and type the entire word and then misspelt crypt. COH has been in a long time. Oh, well, there we go. It was in even before the reset. Oh, that's kind of cool. Right, more beer. Ay. I'm getting... Am I too old for long hair? I don't know. Oh. What do we think? Cut it or leave it? You shall not pass! Oh dear. Actually, I think tied up's better. It keeps the hair off my neck. Oh man, that right arm's gone so skinny. Need to start hitting that. Now I've got the use of the hand back. I've got the grip, so it's okay to pick up heavy things. I won't drop them. I'd start working it back. Push-ups, chin-ups, etc. Definitely leave it. Shaved mine today, wishing I could still grow hair like that. Okay, dude. I'm doing it for you. Oh dear. I'm doing it for the brotherhood of the tide went out. That'll be me one day, I guarantee it. Do you know what? About 40-ish, my hair, I thought, I think it's going. So I got it all cut really short, thinking it was going. And it wasn't. It was stress. And when the stress went, I thought, it's actually looking a lot thicker than I thought it was. So I just let it grow. That was it. I think the stress hasn't gone. I've just learned to deal with it better or something. I don't know. I always had like double density hair follicles in the, the typical spot men lose their hair, front halfway to the back You know, and you keep this bit on the sides and the very back, don't you? You know, however bald you get to keep that bit. And it had thinned here. I could see that it had thinned. I thought, let's go in. Oh, well, you know, had a good innings kind of thing, you know. I was accepting of it. I just thought, well, you know, getting older, yada, yada. But because I had the double density of hair there's even pictures of me as a baby. I've got that wispy baby hair where you typically get regular hair. And then this really thick, lush chunk of hair on that bit. And that double thickness is gone. But that means I've got an average thickness of hair across the whole of the scalp, which is nuts. I let mine grow. I'd look like crusty. That's the norm. Most of my friends and blah blah that I know, when it goes, it's always the same. Kind of goes at the back. You try and brush over it, and then that bit kind of goes toward the front. You're left with this bit there, like a little circle there, and you try and then you realise, nah, just get the clippers out, call it done, get on with your life, you know. Patrick Stewart tells quite a good tale, but he was bald before he was 30, but had the comb over, and he said it ruined his life having the comb over and everything, you know, because he was so self-conscious about it. He wouldn't go out without a hat on a windy day, and you know. And in the end, is like a group of friends of his. One of them was a judo master, and the judo master, you know, like locks him up, and they come out with the scissors and cut it off. And the judo master goes, "Now go live your bloody life," you know, because they've been watching him not living his life because he was constantly like faffing with this one thing, and you can over focus on it. Women honestly don't care that much about your hair. You know, what would you rather have? A full set of hair? Half your hair? Well, yeah, you'd probably rather have a full set of hair. Now, if it's between a full set of teeth and your hair, what are you picking? I'm picking the teeth, you know. A healthy set of teeth is more attractive to the opposite sex, or you know, the same sex. Whatever your poison. And a full head of hair, nice to have. But in men, women don't, or your prospective partner isn't attracted to you because of your hair. You know. So I think guys get a bit hung up on it, and I'm just saying to any of my friends who are in my age group and are certainly probably like me, feeling, you know, old age starting to bite, don't worry about the hair. If the teeth and knees are good, you're doing well, you know. I mean, maybe the eyesight's starting to go a bit. What's on this receipt? Go to the opticians. You need reading glasses. Never forget a poster at my dentist as a kid. After eye contact, a healthy smile says it all. Yes, it does. After someone's eyes, I think teeth are the next thing a person notices. There's a picture at our dentist, and it says a healthy smile is never noticed. And you wonder what the picture's about. Then you look closer, and this is pre-AI, okay? People have got like 3 arms, 6 fingers, yada yada. But at first glance, most people go, "There's nothing wrong with this picture." And there's like one person in it with a missing tooth, you know? And bang, that's the first thing you notice. You don't notice the 6 fingers and the 3 arms. You notice that. Yeah, so, yeah, makes its point. Yeah, well, I think I'm okay either way, because I've got the beard thing happening. So if it does go, I'll just, buzz cut. Or come up with some Viking variant of a buzz cut and pretend I just like to wear it that way. and keep the beard. I think I'm probably good. You know, if I was given the choice, right, you can lose your hair or lose your teeth. It's like, take the hair. Fucking keeping the teeth, mate. Grow the beard longer, wrap it around your head on a cold day. I pretty much could. I can get it up to the sides, so a few more inches, yeah, that'll work. Welcome on in, you yellow beans. Or is that, you're all beans? Or, you're all beans. Yeah, I've got to that point now. If it goes, it goes. I'll keep it while it lasts then. There you go. Yeah, but I genuinely thought it was going at one point, and my honest reaction to that was, get the clippers out. It's done. And then it kind of grew back. How? I don't know. So as it grew back, well, I grew it, you know, to short and smart, then a little longer, and then went back to the, I'm a rocker. I am a Viking rock god, or in my own imagination. So I went with that. The thing is, most of my life, I shaved my damn face, you know? I never had the inclination to grow a beard, because when I was young, so in my teens, the generation before had been the 70s, and then it was sideburns and long hair was the look, and flares and, you know, big collars. And the 80s was like tiny collars, clean shaven, coiffed mullet, you know, with highlights and tons of hair gel in it and whatnot. It was like, it's always one thing kind of rebels against the previous, doesn't it? So facial hair back in the 80s was like, nah. So I just carried on with the shaving. Flock of seagulls, yeah. That was definitely a vibe. If I had a photo, I'm totally not a stalker. Photograph for you, or something to remind me. Do. The melody's great in that, though. Yeah, I went from, well, not as long as this. You guys on YouTube can't see it, but yeah. Not as long as it is now, which is kind of comes down as far as my nipples. Kind of length. And I cut it back to, I don't know, 3 inches-ish. Oh no! Where's the corpse? Come over here. I don't want you disappearing into the ground like that dude just apparently did. He did. He disappeared in the ground. No. He did. He disappeared in the ground. Damn it! Dimash! Wishing, yeah. Oh yeah, perks don't fire if you're targeting a loot target, because that becomes your perk target. Annoying. Nope. That might have had the circlet, but it vanished into the bloody ground. Oh, ayo. I ran. Yeah, that was pretty good too. There's a TV show. I don't know if it's still going. It was called Bands Reunited, where they put together the old band members. You know, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years later. It's actually quite cool. Flock of Seagulls was one of them, though. I think I remember it right. Kajagoogoo was another one. I always thought the most talented person in that band was the bass player. And when they found him, he didn't play bass anymore. And I was like, no, dude, you were a fucking bass god. You were brilliant. And he said, oh, I've still got a bass, but I don't really play anymore. And then they get back together and fucking guy's still a brilliant musician. Maybe because he always was, you know. Yeah, people, you know, oh, it's about the singer. Nah, they could have carried on without the singer. Telling you right now. The drummer was solid, that bass player was fucking brilliant. He was outstandingly good. He could have stepped into any kind of dance, soul, funk band and been golden, you know? He was so good. I don't want you disappearing in the ground, little one. Come to me. Excuse me. Yeah, so I shaved most of my adult life. Probably shaved every day more than, usually twice a day for about 30 years. Because I'd shave at 7 a.m. and lunchtime, like literally noon, I looked like I hadn't shaved. To the point where I even took a wet razor into work and shaved in front of everyone at like 10 minutes past 7 or whatever it was we started at. And I said, clean shaven. Everyone's like feeling my chin, going, yeah, clean shaven. I said, right, come check again at noon. And at noon they were like, God damn. You know, because it felt rough and you could see it. I said, well, there you go. So don't tell me I haven't shaved for work today because you waltz in at 12 o'clock when in actual fact I have. I can remember one boss going, don't tell me you shaved at 7 a.m. today and now you've got 4 o'clock shadow at lunchtime. I went, I did shave today at 7 o'clock. He was there to see me bloody shave. And then at 12 o'clock he went, okay, I take it back. You know, and he went, why don't you just grow a beard then? Oh, they get itchy. Don't like it. Or, well, specifically, Mrs. Callos didn't want to face sandpapering. because it's very, very rough as well, my beard. I mean, all beards feel way more rough when they're stubble, because you've just cut all the hairs, so all the hairs have a sharp edge to them. So come lockdown, I'm spending 30 quid a month just on bloody razors, you know. So I was like, right, that's it. Come lockdown, I'm just going to let it grow out and see how it looks. And I grew it out, and it got to, like, I went, that's quite a thick, you know, because the thing with beards, ladies, you're probably less aware of it. They don't always grow evenly, so some guys get really thick sides and chin, but under the nose, not so much. Or the reverse. Some people can have a great looking thick goatee, but nothing grows on the sides. It's weird. It's just, we're human. We're all a bit different. But for me, it's like, it's the whole thing. And it always was, you know. I kind of want to go back and like to 15. Is it 15 years ago? Yeah, about 2012 video. I made a video and someone said, I don't need to listen to some neck beard tell me XYZ about AO. And I went, I don't have a beard. I'd love to go back if I could find that comment again and go, it doesn't just grow on my neck, son. and put a real life picture up. Oh, never mind. Peer pressure, Peter. Redeemed hydrate. I shall hydrate with beer. Other underrated bands of the 80s. Well, there was the Human League. Now, they did have a big hit with Don't You Want Me Baby. But they wrote a bunch of great songs. If you Google, I think it's the Human League Dare.
I just can help myself. Here are a small bitties donation less than 3.
Small bitties? These? Human League Dare album. Yeah, there you go. It's probably on Spotify. It's probably on YouTube. Yeah, 1982 album. I'm obviously not going to play it here. But listen to the rest of that album. It's really good. There's some great songs on it. And they did the whole, the main guy from the band, I forget his name just now, but he did the Electric Dreams soundtrack with George M. Moroder. That's a great track. Together in Electric Dreams. It's a brilliant track. Make a keyboard sound like a guitar player. It's great. Yeah, it is. It's a brilliant track. I learned to play that synthesizer that sounds like a guitar in its phrasing and everything on guitar. I wish I could play it to you now, but I can't. My fucking right hand's fucked, innit? Yeah, you were working as a waitress in a cocktail bar when I met you. I picked you up, I turned you around and put you where you are now. Everything was easy for you. And it's the call and response verses that make it. You know, it's like a breakup song. it was really good stuff. It was really well conceived, well written, and well executed. Right, getting a beer. I liked Human League, I liked Flock of Seagulls, I liked the 80s rock scene as well. Iron Maiden had some of their best albums during that era. The Lebanon. Yeah, Giorgio and Phil Oakey, yeah, that was it, yeah. I'm trying to think. Lebanon rings a bell, but I can't think of the music right now. I kind of remember music by hearing a phrase from the music rather than the title of the music, if that makes sense. It's just the way my brain's wired. You'd know it as soon as you heard it. The Lebanon. Human League. You know what? I've got to know. How's it spelled? Spelling, not my strong suit. The Lebanon remastered. Right, I'll chance a copyright claim. That sounds so familiar. Yeah, there you go. That was the one that at the time I was like, it's U2. No, it isn't. But it had that U2 vibe. They definitely heard a U2 album, Under a Blood Red Sky or something, and went, fuck, listen to that guitar, it's so amazing. And the guitar player was just playing with delay. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Messes with delay pedal. Starts playing. Right, we're doing that! And it wasn't just them. It wasn't just them. Even Bowie heard what Edge was doing with delay and did Let's Dance. so sad these plebs are attacking the server. They don't give a shit about anyone on it except themselves. That's how they act, my dude. They've been running on fumes for 10 years. No one's tried to stop them doing what they're doing. Funcom has not enforced its own fucking server rules. So they think they can do whatever they want, and therefore they do whatever they want. You know, who's gonna stop them, right? You're not taking my towers. Crash the server, crash the server, crash the server. Fucking bunch of dweebs. They don't care at all, no. I mean, even when Ark was still running, Ark would feed back because they had the GM commands that could see what was going on, saying so-and-so's doing this. And even then, Funcom did nothing. If Funcom had GMs present in the game to the extent that PRK does, and enforced the rules of the server in the same way that the PRK dev team does, all those mother fathers would be gone. They'd just be gone off the server. Everything they ever did, everything they ever grabbed, everything they ever duplicated would just vanish off the server, along with their accounts. People say to me on these streams as well, oh, is this live? I'm like, no. Don't you play on live anymore? Not really. Why? Well, ask the dweebs crashing the server every time someone attacks their bloody towers instead of defending it. Like a proper person. You know. No, I want my towers because they're letting me keep such and such a buff running on fucking whatever tune 27. Oh, just the mentality of those people is such that they're the sort of people that should never ever be allowed to play an MMO. They go play single player games, do what you want, you know. With your, I don't know, sexualized Khajiit mods or whatever. Not saying people that like sexualized Khajiit mods are the same kind of people, just random example of being able to do what you want in a single player MMO, a single player game. But yeah, you actually needed towers and cities to equip. Yeah, you did. And then research made it ridiculously easy. There'll come a day when Funcom will release Touched by Marius as a buyable buff. You know what I mean? In which you can pretty much put any item on any character, you know. And the thing, well, within the realms of breed-specific, level-specific, class-specific items. But if they did that, these guys would be even worse, because they're already self-equipping 12 different bloody token boards, you know, for the buffs of those token boards. There was a guy level 60 running around with level, I think, 160 requirement symbionts equipped. Someone put screenshots up on the main server. Funcom did nothing. Clearly they're exploiting, using third-party software to, you know, stacking and duping is just, yeah, they've just wrecked the game. If they were not there and the game still ran as it should, it would be more like PRK. But they don't. You know, they just let them run riot without any kind of consequences. I mean, look at the price of a Grace on in-game now. Trillions of credits? Seriously? What is that about? Well, we knew duping had gone nuts when we suddenly saw all the Viribots or viral bots for making AI armor appearing in stacks of 10 and 5,000 on GMI, which is like, there isn't that many in the live game following the normal game mechanics to begin with. And there they were for sale for glumpence, you know? And people mass reported it on the old forums. There's no way this is legit. It's impossible. No one could possibly have gotten that much, that many items, even since the dawn of AI. Alien invasion, not the other kind of AI. And yeah, is what it is. They just, Funcom did nothing. They let it lie. They let it lie. And this is where we're at now. So unfortunately, yeah, XP cans, all the other buffs, the token, you know, you can have max faction in like 10 seconds with a couple of million creds. If you've just sold a Grace, then you've already got a few bazillion credits, you know. Why do you care? Oh, I just sold a Grace for 800 billion. I can afford these things. They're nothing anymore, you know. The economy of the game is now based on convenience. So bypass, it's like 15 trillion for a Grace? Jesus Christ on a stick. The entire game economy shouldn't have that much money. I remember logging in a couple of years ago on live. Some random guy ran up and tried to trade me a backpack full of no-drop endgame gear. How did you know? From a trade window? Or did they tell you what was in the backpack or something? I didn't think you could trade. Well, you can trade a backpack between players. You can't trade it on GMI, but yeah. I took it and deleted it all. Yeah. I guarantee you almost none of it was legit. If any of it, you know? Like, I gave away bazillions of Graces and I took it on faith they were genuine. But a little part of my brain is going, were they though? All of them? I'm sure Vulpu is an entirely genuine guy who bought them and then gifted them to give away. But I wonder where all the ones that they bought from a, you know, a genuine and honest standpoint, were all the ones they bought to do that, were all of them legit? And I wonder sometimes, you know, it bothers me a bit. I'm sure Vulpu is straight as a die, but when you buy enough GMI, you don't know the origin of anything you're buying, really, do you? Give me a circlet so I can stop doing this. No. Not this time. I mean, I have 0 head armor at the minute, so any head armor would be a massive upgrade to the no head armor, Was that a beer? What? Yes, we're having the beer this evening. Kobold Snacks, welcome to the stream. I mentioned casually in chatting in live, but all I needed was an AC/DC and I missed the old raids. Someone level 1 opened trade with me and tried to... How can you trade a no drop like that? It's not even... It isn't even an item until you pick up the no drop item and trade it with the NPC. I know, I have akadakas on several characters. If this was regular Anarchy Online, I'd just give you my pred circuit. I appreciate that, P. Davis. If this was regular Anarchy Online, I'd already have one. I've got, you know, I've played for 25 years. I've just got bags and bags of legit stuff. Yeah. Yeah, they dupe the AC/DC, then they put it in a trade no drops bag and trade it to another player. They're probably making a ton of money out of it on the side. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, all the ones on my characters have all been done live on stream in a Sector 42 raid. I got one on an NT, one on a Keeper, and maybe a couple of other tunes, but all of them I did live on stream. You know, so the whole world can go back and watch the footage on YouTube of those events and how I got it. And it was the same. I picked up the whatever the bloody thing's called off the boss, traded it into the NPC, and then equipped it. You know. Yeah, Sector 42 needs a lot of players. You need minimum 6 players per playfield, so 6 sixes. 30, you need at least 36 people to pull it off. You know? It is a tough raid to crack because of the way it's made. Everyone has to kill the thingy at pretty much the same time to get the boss to spawn, and only that boss drops them. I remember getting 220 and chewing pre-Inferno missions. Had someone with a list of people wanting an invite for 10 SK. Right, okay. Pretty sure the collector has a very low chance to draw. Oh, yeah, maybe. But does it... It was a hot ticket. Buddy man let me borrow his robust backpack and dragon chest armor back in the day. It was a hot ticket. Robust backpack is still a hot ticket, and I think dragon chest still is as well. Doesn't the collector have a chance to drop anything in the game? I believe so, but I have not done that many collector raids. It's like the beta eye thigh thing that drops in Legacy of the Zan. And the Ellie upgrade weapon thing, the Zan upgrade, all that. %, yeah, that's kind of low. So, yeah, I mean, that's a lot of collector runs. But does require far fewer people, and, yeah, I can see it. It's rough. Yeah, I mean, all the ones I did were like raid group with a global chat with some coordination there. They were managed really well. So, yeah. Yeah, for Sector 42, you got to have the AoE snare. And then you need a crack for Shackle. The Shackles of Obedience, I think the nano's called. For some of the mobs in there. But yeah, you absolutely need that AoE snare from a fixer. A diamond line kick pistol, they're easier to get normally on live. Or was it the like fully upgraded version? Like the perfected diamond line kick pistol? Because normally you get the base one from that NPC out in same playfield the Mercs are in, on the U-shaped instance. Well, it's not an instance, is it? You just can't get in and out easily. But yeah, they're up on the thing, and you kill them, and you get that, and then you get the parts to upgrade it. The diamond line soldier, you kill her a few times, you get a pair quite quickly. I did it on the Atrox Trader playthrough, and then like gradually upgraded it. I remember huge Merc raids. Me too. I'm running around in living cyber armor that hasn't been upgraded for ages. Well, there you go. I got a HNT, Heavy Note and Tank, just for the nostalgia. I think I've only got one left. And I pass it around various characters as I make them. Some of them wear it just for the social armor thing. Because you can put it in social armor at any level. It's kind of funny. You put that on like your level 60 and everyone's like, this is not a noob. You know. In Storm, we used to trade up on the tank armor. So we do a raid. If light dropped, someone new would get light, and then in the next run a medium might drop, and they'd be told trade your light tank armor for a medium, and then you would get the light tank armor, and the next person in waiting would get the medium. And then once you were a person in medium, eventually a heavy would drop, and they would do the same thing. Like traders, your medium, you get the heavy, and the next person down the line gets the medium. A Scorpio shell would be sick looking if it looked like... Yeah, it doesn't have the pads. It's got no shoulder pads. It is good looking armor though. Scorpio's shell of change, yeah. Very good looking armor. Is he alright there? He's just pulled 2 on himself. have I got time for it to grab another beer? I'm not even sure. I'm going to get one and hope that I do. That's my current plan. I shall be back. Dear me. I'm going to go full Viking here, I think. For a bit. You've got long hair. How come you never wear it down? Well, I do. But usually it gets in your face. That's why most people with long hair don't wear it down. Yeah, other 80s bands that were really good, but we don't hear about them anymore. That's an entire video of discussion, isn't it? Everyone got, like, we did Kajagoogoo, Flock of Seagulls, Human League, but there were others. Eurythmics. Hell yes. You remind me of Chancellor bassist from the band Tool. Okay. Possibly, if they've got a big beard and long hair. Eurythmics, though, I don't think they were forgotten in quite the same way because, you know, Sweet Dreams crops up again and again and again because it was such an amazing song. And the story behind that song actually is quite interesting because the Eurythmics at the time, Dave Stewart, Annie Lennox, had been trying for a record deal, which was the way you got your music out there back in the day, for years, and they just weren't getting anywhere. So they recorded Sweet Dreams, and Annie Lennox said when she sang it, you know, she was just fed up and angry at everything that, you know, she had this voice, they had these songs, and somehow it just wasn't clicking. And when she sang it, she really sang it with an attitude. Walking on Broken Glass. Yeah, they were a success by then, but Sweet Dreams was written and recorded before that. So she was pissed off in the studio when they record that song. And maybe something in her attitude about the situation is reflected in the recording, and it gets them signed somehow. Yeah. You know, that some of them want to control you, some of them want to be controlled by you, has been interpreted in many, many ways across many, many communities of people. None of them are wrong, but she was talking about record companies and record labels, according to her. If you interpret it a different way, that is the artist's intent. It's like, what I think the song is about is this, but if you find something else there, that's the beauty of the music. You know, you find your own message and answers in it. Depeche Mode, yeah. Do you like the key of D minor? Then you like Depeche Mode. Not true. Not every song they wrote is in D minor. Just a lot of them are. Tears for Fears wrote some of the best music of the 80s, yeah. Everyone Wants to Rule the World. Mad World is probably one of the most profound recordings they ever made. When you hear the other versions of that same track, like Mad World, when it's been slowed down, remastered differently, sung differently, fucking hell, that's some powerful shit they wrote. It really is just like, whoa. It goes from this kind of almost not disposable, but kind of ignorable pop song into this really profound message. It's so good. Like, I think it's Mad World. They re-record it and repurpose it in a movie called Donnie Darko. Have you ever seen that movie? Man, that's a trip. Shout, Head Over Heels, yeah, Mad World, Everyone Wants to Rule the World. Hell of a band. They still got it as well, fair play to them. You know, they can still perform those songs with integrity and consistency, you know. That's not easy as you get older, you know. Sowing the seeds, sowing the seeds. Yeah, that's a good track. Tears for Fears, great band. Yeah, Head Over Heels has an intro called Broken and an outro called Broken. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. They only play the Head Over Heels on the radio. Yeah, the radio edit. Yeah. That's a thing. I was only 12. Yeah, but you know, at 12 you're starting to notice people you're attracted to, and yeah, you know. Excuse me. What was that buff I just got? Ritual of Devotion. No, those are my own buffs. Oh, all my other buffs have run out. Oops. I'm okay. No! We tried. Yeah, the radio version of a song is never the full song. Except with people like John Peel, who will play the entire thing. New Order anymore. Yeah. The thing with New Order, I can only remember one of their songs. They did have one good song that's been resampled a bazillion times, for sure. But I can't think of any others. As easily as I can, the Eurythmics, Tears for Fears, you know, the other bands we've talked about tonight. So, I don't know. There was the one thing New Order did. I remember they had the video with people dancing in weird costumes. But I can't remember the melody. I remember the video more than the song. Whereas I can think of a dozen-ish tracks from the other bands that I also love. And when it comes on the radio, you know, I'm turning the volume up, you know. If you're sat driving and Stevie Wonder I Wish or Stevie Wonder Superstition comes on, you just turn that shit up and vibe. Or Funky Town comes on, you just turn that shit up and go. You know, there's certain songs, isn't there? You know. I'm trying to think of other bands of the 80s. Blue Monday, yeah. How does it feel to treat me like you do? It's more the vibe of the synthesizers than the vocal as a tune goes. You know. As in, the vocal, anyone could do that vocal. I mean, like, any singer in the world could do that vocal. That's a low-effort vocal right there. But the vibe of the song, no, you need to get that shit right, you know? The Duckyard, good evening, sir. We were having a median discussion on bands of the 80s we don't hear from anymore. Let's see what that search result brings up. 50 unfashionable but brilliant 80s bands of that time by NME. No, because NME probably slagged them all off at the time when they were a paper publication. Flock of Seagulls is number one for the AI. Lotus Eaters, can't think of anything they do. The First Picture of You. Frankie Goes to Hollywood, yes. Vixen, often dubbed the female Bon Jovi. No, they went, ever. That's bollocks. Kicks, no. Asia's a 70s band that kept reinventing itself. Fucking AI is shit. Don't listen to AI. It doesn't know anything, and it gets it way wrong. There endeth the less. Blondie, yeah. Heart of Glass. You know, fucking hell. There was a period in the 80s where every band released a record that had rapping. This new thing, the record corporations have discovered is popular. And they, you got a new track? Have you got any rapping in your track? And the bands are like, the fuck? It's spoken word, but rhythmic and rhyming. What? Yeah, can you put that in the record? And a bunch of bands did it. And it's as uncomfortable as you can imagine. The Suits wanted their rap revenue. If we put rap in the Blondie song, then we'll get it back. We'll make more money. Did not work, by the way. People just went, what? What's this? Yeah, Blondie, Heart of Glass. What was the other big hit for Blondie? I don't know, but they were always good. I mean, when they started, they were a real band, and they weren't the best musicians in the world when they started. Call Me. Syncopated 16ths on a bass is not an easy task, all right? Call me, call me, and fucking yeah, brilliant. Yeah, on the Eurythmics, yeah, we mentioned them before. So many great songs, so many. Eurythmics we've done. Eurythmics has had their necessary mention, respect, and everything else. But yeah, we did the Eurythmics. They were one of the first ones we discussed. Old and brain damaged here. Yeah, you and me both, mate. Yeah, outside, that was Adam and the Ants. They were a weird one, and I think they were quite a specific British one. They had one massively popular hit called Stand and Deliver. And then, Yes, I Really Am suffered a stroke in 2013. Right, I'm going after this stroke. Everyone, pick up the pitchforks. We're going after the stroke. It's Bothered Ghost. Sorry to hear that, dude. I'm making light, but, you know, I'm only fucking around, you know that. I'm sorry to hear that, dude. That's shit, mate. Yeah, you know, you 1 minute you're you, next minute you're this whole other person that's got to learn to do shit again. Fuck. Guys, you got no idea how tough that is. When I go for physio, because of a physical injury, I'm also in the room and the waiting room with a bunch of other people that have been in that situation. I'm trying to learn how to do this again. And I look like a fucking Picasso. Half my face doesn't work, you know. And we sit and talk to each other, and they're people, and you can relate to them. And they were, before it happened, they were just like everybody else, you know. And then that happens, and they're like, fuck. You know, I've got to deal with this shit now. It's crazy, guys. Roxanne. That was a song by The Police. But The Police are just like one of the most epic bands ever. Have you heard the minor key version of Every Breath You Take? That is so dark. So dark. There was a band, Roxanne. There was. I remember Roxette. But Roxanne, what did Roxanne do? What was their hit? Yeah, so advice to all, remember to live your life. You never know. Fuck, 100%. Who you think you are can change in one unexpected moment, and you've got to start over again. So, yeah, you know, look for the signs. Act quickly. You know, save the person, not just their life. Wrong name. Was it Roxette? Did you mean Roxette? Am I being a twat now? But did you mean Roxette? It could have been love, but it's over now. Yeah, she had a great voice. Oh, that was Roxette. Roxanne was Roxanne. Ding, 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 ding. Because they mix rock and reggae so well. I remember it was quite popular. I was quite popular as a, like, get him in the band guitar player for sessions and whatnot. Because it was like, he can play in the pocket, but he can play reggae as well. And there were so many guitar guys. And they could do, you know. Can you do reggae? No. I was like, you just got to feel it, man. It's there. It's there. It's just, you're playing on the 3. That's it. It's easy. You just got to feel it. Couldn't do it. Erasure. Yeah. I liked Erasure, but my problem with Erasure were they were the backup band that the keyboard player from Yazoo made when Alison Moyet decided she was going to do her own thing. But they were an interesting grouping. You had this synth pop kind of guy writing songs, and he's a good songwriter. Okay, he writes songs on guitar and sings them himself, and if they don't work at that level, he doesn't release them. He bins them, puts them in a bottom drawer, leaves them well alone. But he teamed up with Alison Moyet, who was a blues stroke soul singer. And they put the two together, and we got this unique thing called Yazoo, you know. Moyet supported Tears for Fears when I saw him. Yeah, she's so good. She's such a great singer. But she's a blues soul kind of singer. Yeah, Only You. There was an a cappella version by a band called The Flying Pickets in the UK, and it probably never travelled outside of the UK, but it actually got a longer time at number 1 than the Yazoo original did, which disappointed me because I thought her version was far better. She just has a voice, you know, that's it. Alison Moyet is a voice, you know. Yeah, the Bon Jovi thing, the thing of that is they were a put-together band by record corporations before they really, really became, you know, Skeletor levels of evil. But the guys they put together in the band were actually accomplished musicians in their own right. So once the shackles were off, they carried on. And they did so much better than... and they deserve far more accolade than they get. But yes, they were effectively a rock boy band when they started. But they were actually really good musicians. who carried on after the contract finished, and became bigger than ever because they actually had a lot of talent and also a platform at that point. You know, so they were pretty lucky guys in a lot of respects, but yeah. There's always one good singer in every band, regardless of, like, even the Spice Girls. Like, none of them are a particularly strong voice, except for, excuse me, this may surprise you, Sporty Spice. Actually a great fucking soul singer. She's really good, you know? You're not expecting how good she is when she lets rip. But yeah, she's like levels of magnitude. Yeah, fucking... do you watch Later with Jules Holland? That's a good show, because the rule of the show is you turn up, here's a microphone, sing. No auto-tune, no automation, turn up and do it. If you can do it, great. Later with Jules Holland's one of the best shows ever made. Because of that. There's no miming, there's no dubbing, there's no pre-recorded tracks. You turn up and play live or just GTFO, you know. But she turned up for a few Late with Jules Holland's. I think some of the Hootenanny episodes, you know, where New Year's Eve and all that. And she sings on them, and I tell you what, it's a very strong performance. It's really good. She got power in them lungs, you know. Stranglers are still going. Yep. Still great as well. Walking on the beaches, looking at the peaches. Dun dun dun. Hey! Dun 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 dun. Yep, still a thing. Yeah, Gary Newman's still out there. Yeah. Cars, the synth pop wave. He was a massive part of that. Very influential. The stuff he did, massively influential in music beyond what you may think. But yeah, the stuff he did, and is still doing, it cannot be easily measured, you know? Like, he has this orchestral level of production and songwriting, and it's so massive on any stage because of the way he's done it. You know, the middle eight of Cars is just so big and massive. It just beggars belief that it was ever a pop song. I don't know if this will find it. Cars HD, okay. Yeah, so watch the whole thing. Here's the whole thing. I'll get copyright claim for it. I'll just have to snip it out. So people watching the VOD, this probably will get cut, you know. It's the internet. It's not this bit, it's the middle eight that gets me. This. But there's more of that than you might think. Yeah, it goes to the second half of that. You hear that live with today's production values, it's stunning. That song, the way it's recorded in that video, has to be heard at a much higher volume than you would normally use. Jana Turam from the original Nightwish and Sharon Den Adele from Within Temptation. I'm not familiar with them. I'd like to hear that. I got both of them on me. What have you got? Oh, outsider's armor sleeve. No, I need a circlet. Give me a circlet. Careful in battle perk. Or first aid. Come on. Yeah, our friend's electrical. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff he's done over the years that will absolutely stand the test of time. And by that I mean people will still be talking about it in 50 years, you know? I mean, like, Elvis died, what, nearly 40 years ago or something? No, more. More than 40 years ago. When did he die? He died in 1977, didn't he? People still talk about Elvis. Hollywood is still making fucking movies about Elvis. And largely, he did rip off a lot of black R&B guys, you know? Sorry. Truth is the truth. Hound Dog isn't an original song as far as he's concerned. Someone else recorded it first, you know. Okay, maybe he did something else with it and it was more popular, but hey. Right. I need a pee. I'm going. I'll be back in a sec. After the 80s, are Muse considered a 90s band or a 2000s band? You guys familiar with the band called Muse? A three-piece that sounds as big as a fucking Leonard Skinner gig. I'm seeing Muse in November. Oh my god, I love that band. So good. So, to me, they sound massively British. British? What do you mean British? I mean British, you know. Winston Churchill British. They really, for me as a Brit, they sound incredibly British. Oh, God, I love the stuff they do. And the sound that they make between just 3 people, it's nuts. Can't remember any song. We used to cover one. Do 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 ba-da-doo. Do 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 do. Come on. I think I've actually got a video of a band rehearsal where we're rehearsing that song. And the guitar parts are tough. They're tough. I just can't think of the title. If I put Muse, it keeps coming up with, across my own channel, Museum of Witchcraft. No! Muse! Oh, what's the song called? Uprising. So, no videos. Just the fucking R! Oh my God, I'm going to have to go to my own channel and find it. YouTube, you're fucking useless. Okay. Playlists. YouTube, why are you so shit? Oh, maybe because the video didn't get a lot of views. Fuck knows. View full playlist of my band. What? The Duck. I don't want recommended. I want the list of videos.
I have linked it less than 3.
I've linked. You found it. Is it this one? Should be black and white. Yeah, that's the song, but there's a video of me rehearsing it with my band I'm trying to find. And for some reason, it can't find it. But yes, that is the song. Oh, finally. Finally.
Play it and I'll just play along with it. See, that's not
Yeah, the drummer struggled with coming in.
no,
But
usually use it. Compact. That's another piece.
this is us rehearsing this song to gig. Me with no beard and really short hair, and like about 6 stone lighter than I am today. So yeah, there's me and my band, my old band, rehearsing that song. So yeah, it's not perfect. It's not perfect. This is like a month before we started performing it in the band. Because trying to get everyone to come in at the right time, and you know, the logistics of playing in a band it's a whole thing. Okay, that will get a copyright claim. Absolutely, they'll say that's the live version from this concert, or this concert, and it's like, no, that's me in a cellar on my own guitar. That one right there. 14 years ago, or whenever it was. Yeah. Anyway, getting a beer. I'll be back. I did it all by ear. Yeah. Yeah, there's a whole playlist of me and my band on my YouTube. A lot of videos I had to get rid of, sadly, because YouTube was convinced I had stolen them. Like, no, that's actually me. There used to be a thing on YouTube where you go, it's a cover version, but they don't believe you anymore. The more accurately you sound and play, the more they're convinced that you just copy and pasted the audio. It pisses me off no end. A second or third time I was due to see Muse, my appendix ruptured. Oh shit, dude. Still went. I was attracted. Fuck no, you can die from that shit. Don't go to the gig. Get yourself well. It was after surgery. Oh right, okay. I was gonna fuck, dude. No. The minutes that count when that happens. Oh my god. Post-surgery, a concert is probably not the best idea. You've got a hole in your body with stitches and stuff, and maybe you should be keeping still and yada yada, you know. Glad you got out of the woods, but dude, yeah, I probably wouldn't have gone to the concert, I'll be honest. Excuse me. Yeah, so I'm not sure when Muse began. But it was still after surgery. Yeah, don't go while you have it. You know, no one wants that happening. So Muse, when did they form? I like their music. I think they're really good. Wiki, should we trust the wiki? For a 3-piece, they sound incredibly massive. 1999, so they probably started late 90s and, yeah. 94, 97, early years, yeah. Now, I know the singer's dad was part of a group in the UK called Telstar. And you can kind of hear the echoes of his father in the Muse stuff as well. But he just kind of went massively bigger than that, you know? Oh, I loved the 90s. Remember how optimistic everybody was? How everything was going to get better and the future was going to be Star Trek or something. How the fuck did we wind up here in such a short time? Well, I know, we keep electing dickheads to run things. That's why, you know. Yeah, one of my favourite tracks by them was Knights of... was it Knights of Circadia or something like that? Knights of something. But there was no way we could cover it. Sidonia, that was it. I could play it. There was no way the singer could sing it, and I couldn't sing it, and no one in the band could sing it, so we were like, yeah, that's not happening then. I can do a falsetto high voice, but not like he can, and nowhere near as in tune, and the whole song hangs on that that voice. I can't even do it now. My voice won't go that high anymore. I'm out of practice. Like in that video, I'm going, which is like, yeah, that's like a nanosecond of falsetto. But it's not what he's doing. He's right up there with falsetto singers, you know. In number one, they have a nice sounding falsetto, and number two, they've got great control in that range. His head voice is next level. Yeah, he is a great singer. He really is. He's a good frontman. Have you seen I think it's 2010 Glastonbury video where they do The Streets Have No Name by U2, but they bring The Edge on stage to play the guitar part. And it just sounds so good. You know, the Edge is just doing his own thing there. And it just sounds amazing. You know, the Edge is there being the Edge, doing what he's always done. Yeah, Streets Have No Name, Muse featuring the Edge, I think is the thing you're looking for. It just sounds so massive. I think it sounds better than the way U2 recorded it, but I think the guys in the band of Muse, the bass player, the drummer, are easily a little bit better musicians than the guys in U2. But, you know, U2 came up with it originally, and, you know, respect is due and all that. But hell, it sounds good. No disrespect to Bono or anyone else, but fuck me, it sounds good. Nothing. Also nothing. Okay. Watching now. Have you found the right... Hang on, let me... The Streets Have No Name, which is what? Joshua Tree? So like 1989? Featuring The Edge. Live at Glastonbury. I think it's this one. So they do the whole intro thing. Obviously, there's a keyboard player in the background. Oh, you're watching that one. Let me watch the one you're watching. You're watching the same one, as it turns out. Last four letters, Romeo Tango Hotel India. Yeah, so we are looking at the same one. There's a slightly longer version where they invite the Edge on stage, but it's not this one. That might be... oh, shit. I'm just gonna... Sorry. It could be that one. It's a few years ago. Yeah, there's a video. I think it's the BBC live from Glastonbury, where you get the bit where they invite him on stage. Oh my god, it's good. It sounds so good. And you know, the Muse singer does like this incredible job. You know, fuck it. I know we'll get a copyright claim. I'll just edit it. Actually, wait. If we search Muse, Glastonbury, it could be this one. 6 minutes. It was 2010 when they did it, so like 16 years ago. I'm not sure it's that one. Muse, no. It's not their own video. Maybe they've taken down the others and it's just that one now. I don't know. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be that one. Yeah, it's that one again. Yeah, same vid. Different person uploading it. Yeah, same vid. Same vid. Come on, where's the one where he gets on stage?
Well, listen to that. As it is
2010, yeah, so that is a full concert. So, yeah, they're doing their thing. Where's Edge? It's going to be nearer the end, isn't it? Yeah. That he's got the harmonica. That's Knights of Cyrodiil. There was a BBC thing. Hell of a lot of sub bass in the video, by the way. Turn your speakers down if you're listening on a home hi-fi. I'm not sure, was it? When you get the full gig, such a crisp live sound as well. It's so good. Oh, there used to be a video of, it could be, you know what, it could even be this one. This is absolutely going to get copyright claims. No, that's the other way around. That's Muse getting up with that. Yeah, Muse, I'm sure it was like the BBC something channel. It's annoying because you see the bit where he walks on stage and you can see the rest of Muse all like, oh my god, it's the Edge and we're gonna play with him, you know. It's so good. It makes it. Let's try this one. No, same cut. Same cut. Muse Glastonbury 4K up. No, we had that before, and it was quite a good upscale. But has it got the whole thing? Because the BBC and the British Broadcasting Corporation have a thing. Let's try that one. Oh, that's someone that was there. Are the mobs up? Oh, yep, on, yep. Hang on, I got a function. I got to play AO now. Sorry. Yeah, have a hunt around. You will find the one I'm thinking of, anyway. I saw U2 live in the old Cardiff Arm Park along with the Alarm. 1989, I think it was, on the Joshua Tree tour. And they were fucking something else live, I tell you. The sound they had live was just like stunning. If you sat at home in front of your speakers on your home hi-fi, you would never get it to sound that good, you know? All the graphic EQ, blah, 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 you know. You just wouldn't get the sound they had. It was next level mixing. It was so good. They gotta kill both. They gotta kill both. Nothing on the big guy. Let's get the little guy a little further away. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Ch-ch-ch. Thing is, the video I'm thinking of is probably still there, like in my view history, but it's going to be like 7 gazillion mouse wheel scrolls to get to. And it might be that it's been taken down by Muse, and that's, you know, fair. You know, they want to present it a certain way, and that's fine. But the original video is awesome because you see the guys, the band's faces just before they go on and all that. It's great. I'm going to dig slightly deeper and then spend an hour tomorrow muting and splicing out copyright claims. I know it. But if you're trying to find a thing, what else are you going to do? See, all these are just re-uploads by the same people. Let's try that one. Same. 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 You know what I mean? It's like, oh, dude, you fucking stop doing that. Stop re-uploading something that already exists. Same again. There's a preamble just before The Edge comes on stage. That's even shorter. Is that it, maybe? No, that's fucking U2 themselves. No, that's someone's phone. Is this it? No, this is U2 themselves. No, fucking hell, YouTube. Okay, let's change the word order. So I can't... Glastonbury, Muse, Streets Have No Name. Could be this one. No, it isn't. It's the same. Oh, maybe the original one I saw has gone now. I mean, fucking hell, guys. I mean, get an original fucking thumbnail. It's the same clip over and over and over and over and over. Full concert. I think that's our best. But I don't know where that is. Was it nearer the beginning? Trying to find it now. Looking at the thumbnails under the drag bar. You had BBC live at Glasgow had the best version of this. The audio's the same. It's a DI feed from the mixing desk from front of house. It sounds incredible. But they've got the backstage bits as well. Where are we here? No, there's Muse doing Muse, and I'm all for that, but it's not what I'm looking for. No, that's Knights of Cyrodiil. Oh, here we go. Go back a bit. Let's go back a little bit more. 1 hour, 10 minutes. I think you're right, yeah. I think it's a little bit forward of that. 17, 18. They bring them out at the start of the encore. I think it's just after this, if I remember. Starlight Stockholm Syndrome Encore Break the Edge where the streets have no name. Okay. I don't think there's any there's no chapters, so... Oh, but there is! So it's Stockholm Syndrome. And then get towards 21 minutes. Yeah, that's kind of where we were already. Okay. Look at these guys' faces as they're doing this. They're already at Glastonbury, they're already on top of the game, but The Edge comes on stage and they're all those enthusiastic teenagers they were when they started, idolizing who they idolize. Yeah, this is 2010. We were still quite hopeful about the world back then. It's hard to explain to someone younger, but we really were, you know. Yeah, the BBC coverage of it has the backstage, and you got Joe Wiley. Oh my God, I love Joe Wiley. Chatting with The Edge and Bellamy backstage, and he's like, I'm just really excited The Edge is here. He's losing it that one of his heroes is on stage with him. I mean, Edge is such a, I'm not really a guitar player. He's got his thumb under the neck. He's not even... He's playing the guitar like that. His thumb's down here somewhere, like that, you know. You can see there, his thumb is right under the neck. He's like completely self-taught. If it sounds good, I'm doing it. Kind of guitar player. turn it up if you're wearing headphones. Get the vibe. You can see how much fun the Edge is having. And Bellamy's he's getting his voice in. That's what he's doing here. He's like singing ahead, but he's getting his voice in. I'm just doing the dishes. I've done this a gazillion times, you know? I wrote these guitar parts, they're nothing to me. I can just play them any which way, you know? I know that all the parts he's doing as well, because I played in a band that covered it, but the singer couldn't. And it's great, the Edge is singing his parts that he sings when he's playing with U2. He's not holding back. The Edge is going like outside the lines. He's hit the overdrive and he's rocking out. He's rocking out. He can't do this in U2. He's not allowed. He's got to stick to what they recorded. But he doesn't have to here. He can go there if he wants, you know? This is so getting a copyright strike. Edge is having the time of his fucking life. He said, I can sing all the parts Bono says I can't. I can do stuff with the song that I'm not normally allowed to do because we have to stay within the lines. For every concert, but for the one time he's playing with Muse, and Muse is like, you're the Edge, do whatever the fuck you want. We know the song off by heart. We'll pick it up, you know? Link, please. That would be the link. That'll be the link where I am now, I think. So you might have to scroll back and forth a bit to find the part we're on right now. But oh my God, it's glorious. Yeah, Bellamy stayed off his guitar all the way through. He was like, no, the Edge is playing the guitar. I'm just accompanying them and singing. Look at the faces of the rest of the band. They are made up. Anyway, we could sit and listen to videos all night, but let's go on. We're going to do one more run before we call it a night. Oh, such a great thing. Honest to God, it's so good. And absolutely YouTube and Twitch and everything, they're all going to flag it and yada yada. I don't care. Fuck it. I'll just click mute song, edit song out of stream. Whatever option they give, you know. To have been there then, yeah. Last Glastonbury I went to was 1989. Suzanne Vega, Elvis Costello, and a bunch of other people I can't remember because I was out of my gourd. But I had a great time, I think. Alright, number 2. Nothing on that one. Okay. Dimash. My Dimash doesn't really heal for much, does it? Let's be honest. Yeah, well, in the 80s, we had a bunch of cool albums from Iron Maiden. Not everyone's into Iron Maiden. I call it operatic rock, but not in the same vein as Queen, who are the custodians, I would say, of operatic rock, because they had someone that sounded like an opera singer writing melodies for someone who was an opera singer writing the music with Freddie, who was a one-off, never to be repeated individual. And yeah, Iron Maiden do a similar job, I want to say, in that the music itself is so re-singable, you know, and everything else. Even things as simple as the Trooper, things like that, they just sound incredible, played by that band. Oh, was that was the last of my health coils? Okay. Oh, I'm out of buffets. Oh, I just took that off for some reason. Excuse me. I can't cast Gash, I don't think, anymore. No, don't have the skills. So, we will cast the next one. Piercing 54. How do I have that twice? Not sure, but okay. '70s or '90s next stream. Oh, we could do a whole '70s stream for sure. First song I can remembering was I Beg Your Pardon, I Never Promised You a Rose Garden. I have no idea who recorded it, but it's it's embedded in my memory. And Helen Reddy, I remember from my youth, because my dad had one of her albums on tape, or like the old 8-track tape that you used to have in the car. And there was a song, I think it was called Angie Baby, about a girl that sucked her boyfriend into the radio. This was the 70s, okay? She sucks her boyfriend into the radio, where she will forever possess him. Helen Reddy was great as well. What the hell was that song called? Helen. You know what? Let's do it. She's no longer with us, sadly. I think it's called Angie Baby. Yeah, I think it's this.
Taps on the door. Angie girl, are you all right?
Yeah, re-listen to this. I'm going to post it in the chat. There you go. But yeah, Helen Reddy, ahead of her time. Rose Garden, Lynn Anderson. Yeah, I can remember the song. And it would have been early 70s. When did it come out? Because when I was a little kid, I loved songs that told stories. You know, so you're 19... Oh my God, I was a year old. How the hell do I remember that? But yeah, anyway. Apparently I did. Because I still remember it now. I have songs I love from the 60s, 70s and 80s. Born 79. Parents' influence. Oh yeah. You fall in love with the music you're exposed to. Nothing on them either. God damn it. Right, I think we're going to call it here. I've gone on about an hour longer than normal, but most of that has been music discussion and finding clips. But yeah, let me have a quick look. Is anyone else streaming Anarchy Online? Let's have a look on Twitch. There's me and, me and myself and I. All right, we're going to go raid Lost then, because I like Lost.
General Petrovsky.
She's my
That's the
adopted
last thing I do
daughter
tonight. I
from
have to go
Slovenia.
sooner to work tomorrow. I'm breathing, Casserole.
Slow you down there. Right, okay, or quieten you down there. Yeah, we're going to go raid Lost. Go say hi. She's my adopted daughter. I think she's great. Right, love you all. We'll all go. We'll all go. I'm going. I'm going to chat for about 5 minutes or another beer or so. But yeah, I mean, she's great. She's great. She'll discuss any topic and all the rest. And also, I think quite endearing and funny. You know, I like her. But not in that way. Well, okay, maybe in that way, but also realistically in a more platonic, parental kind of way. Anyway, so love her to bits. Go say hi to Successfully Lost. I will see you on Wednesday, which will be my next evening off. Tomorrow, back in work, yada yada, can't stream. So love you all. See you tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. Until then, bye for now.